There are 5 types of context clues that we will be looking at. Let's look at the first one is a definition or explanation clue. Sometimes a word's or phrase's meaning is explained immediately after its use. For example, in haberdashery, which is a store that sells men's clothing, is becoming more common today. Notice in this sentence, the definition comes after the word haberdashery. We can see from the sentence that haberdashery is a store that sells men's clothing. So that first type of context clue is called a definition or explanation clue. The second type that we're going to look at is a restatement clue or a synonym clue. In this case, sometimes a hard word or phrase is said in a simple way. Let's look at our example. Lou was sent to the haberdashery to find a new suit. He needed to wear one for his uncle's wedding. Because the sentence says that Lou would find a suit at the haberdashery, then it must be a place where clothes for men are sold. We can figure that out because of the way the word is used and said in a simple way. So far then we have definition clue and a restatement clue. The third type of context clue is a contrast clue or antonym clue, quite the opposite from the second context clue. In this case, sometimes a word or phrase is clarified by the presentation of the opposite meaning somewhere close to its use. You want to look for signal words when applying context clues. Let's look at our example for this one. Lou wanted to go to the haberdashery, but Anne wanted to go to shop at the boutique. The signal word but tells the reader that an opposite thought is going to be stated. So if Lou's wanting to go to the haberdashery, but Anne wanted to go to the boutique, it tells you that it's going to be something different than what Anne wanted to do. Somewhere not where Anne would want to shop. The fourth context clue is an inference clue or a general context clue. In this case, sometimes a word or phrase is not immediately clarified within the same sentence. The relationships, however, which are not directly apparent, are inferred or implied. The reader must look for clues within, before, and after the sentence in which the word is used. Let's look at our example for this one. The haberdashery was Lou's favorite place. He loved shopping for nice suits. The people who worked there were so kind and helpful. So again, if you look at the clues all around, you see that it's a place because it was Lou's favorite place. We know that Lou loved shopping for nice suits. So it was a place to shop that sold suits. And then you have the added part that the people were nice and helpful. Let's look at the fifth type of context clue. The last one is punctuation. Readers can also use clues of punctuation and type style to infer meaning, such as question marks, showing the word has special meaning, or they could have dashes. Parentheses are also a good one. Brackets enclose a definition, or italics that show the word will be defined. For example, Tom's father was a haberdasher, or men's shopkeeper in the story. Notice they clarified the meaning, and they also put it in special type in italics. Tom's father was a haberdasher, men's shopkeeper in the story. In this case, they used parentheses and clarified the meaning. In the story, Tom's father was a haberdasher, or a men's shopkeeper. Notice they clarified it in that case with a dash. Tom's father was a haberdasher. He had a clothing store for men. And here they clarified it with an extra sentence. All right, so our 5 context clue types of context clues are definition clues, restatement clues, contrast clues, inference clues, and punctuation clues. You want to study those for a few minutes because you will need to know those tomorrow for a quiz. And you also want to be familiar with the different names, like for definition clue, it's also called an explanation clue. A restatement clue is also called a synonym clue. A contrast clue is also called an antonym clue. An inference clue is also called a general context clue. And then the 5th one is a punctuation clue. Be familiar with them, be able to recognize and identify those as an example of those. You need to be able to identify what kind of context clue you're looking at. Good luck.